Welcome back, people. We have some history being made, guys. On Thursday, the Colonel Richardson baseball team is trying to complete their perfect regular season. That hasn't happened in Colonel since the basketball team did it in 1975. 40 years is a long time. This Colonel team is hitting .351 as a unit. That is Jacob Hips there. He is hitting a mere .429 this season. Rips an RBI single. Colonels take a 3-0 lead after 2. Looking for more here in the third with the bases juice. Cambridge pitcher Matt Elliott gets out of the jam. Let's be honest, guys. When you're facing a team that's slugging .503, you are always in a jam. Mike Shockley here, single to right center, scores Sean Bowens and Derek Schuler. 8-0 is their lead, and J.B. Buchanan at third would seal this thing up, getting the final out. Bennett throws a one-hitter as they win 8-0, 18-0 perfecto for the Colonels.
That ain't bad at all. Well, Parkside was looking to keep pace with Decatur in the South. They're taking on Dover today. Lots of interested spectators on hand for this one because Hunter Parsons was pitching, but the Senators got to him early on. Tevin Thomas comes through with this RBI single to left in the first. Dover up 1-0, but Parsons would settle down a bit from there. Gets the strikeout right there, finding his groove. The Senators would be up 4-0 now in the sixth. Go ahead and add 2 more to that. Garrett Lawson finds the wall in right for a stand-up triple. 2 runs come in, and then Kendall Small would do the rest. He had a no-no going into the 7th before it was broken up with 1 out. The Senators take it 8-1, and with that loss, Stephen Decatur is your Bayside South champs.
And yesterday, Stephen Decatur, speaking of them, was taking on Indian River. It was a battle of pitching early on. Albert Clark there throwing a K to get the Indians going, but the Seahawks were just getting started. Grant Donahue was taking care of business on the mound, responding with a couple of Ks on his own. Defense was first, bats came second. Justin Meekins ropes one down the third baseline, and he'll slide into second for the double. Now, Meekins would steal third, and then it'd be this guy, Brandon McKenzie, comes up to the plate and says, Meekins, come on home. With this RBI single to center, Decatur takes this one 10-3 the final.
Laurel and Washington today at Purdue Stadium again, the big time. Jeff Howard here, feeling big time on his own. RBI single to left scores Desmond Parker. Laurel takes a 1-0 lead. Move it now on to the top of the 6th. Jimmy Mansfield, the dish for the Jags, drives one deep. That's good enough to score Julius White, Mr. Do-It-All, to tie things up at 1. Laurel responded in the bottom half of the inning, scored 3 runs, including this Mitchell Moore bloop RBI single. Howard started it, and he would close this thing out with a strikeout here as Laurel takes this one 3-1 the final.
And just after that, Snow Hills matched up against Woodbridge. The Blue Raiders break a scoreless tie here in the top of the 3rd after Garrett Temple's going to go ahead and come on down and score off the wild pitch right there. Blue Raiders were looking for more here in the 3rd. Bases juice, but Derek Smith works himself out of the jam. The huge strikeout right there, keeping it a 1-run ball game. But the Blue Raiders would find some separation in the 4th. Joshua Keefe ropes this one down the 3rd base line. 2-run double comes in, scoring Logan Westcott and Douglas Avery. And then they would shut it down from there. Avery gets the strikeout to end this thing as Woodbridge picks up the win. 4-0 the final in that one.
And it was senior day for Y-High, and they were taking on Mardella. The Indians down here when Matt Moorhead gets the RBI single to left. A couple batters later, Y-High would get even closer. Malik Johnson rips one to short, and he'll be out, but it'll still bring in a run on fielder's choice. But Mardella would bounce back in this one. Hunter Niblett rips one to center field. Shamar Watts comes in to take a 6-run lead, and that would just secure the win right here. Taylor Cox with a sac fly to left. Mardella wins 17-13 to the final.
30 runs.
So,
I know, that's a pretty crazy game. I mean, lots of shooting.
All right, guys. So we did this whole high school thing, right? I feel like all those highlights there, we just covered every high school in Delmarva right there. All right, when we come back, we're taking it to the campus now. Big news at Delaware State. It was championship Saturday at the great Salisbury University. Tons of news. Stick around. You are watching DSI.
Hi, my name is Trey Obermeyer. I play first base for Polytech Panthers, and you're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.